Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Save Point Vids. I'm Josh, if you didn't know, if you just happened to catch this for the first time. I'm making coffee on the Keurig, but the Keurig is messing up. But for those that don't know, the whole point of what I'm doing is, again, I'll link it down below, but I wanted to show everyone kind of like the unglamorous side of, what it actually takes to be a successful YouTuber. Not that I'm successful, but I'm trying to be, which is my point. When I first decided to do this, or when you look online at, sorry, I'm trying to straighten up the house at the same time. I looked at guys like, again, in the video game sphere where I reside, guys like Ninja, is the most famous example, and you're just like, man, that's so lucky. He's so lucky to be able to, play video games and talk about video games for a living. And it's like, that's, what I want to do. Turn your passion, I've always said, turn your passion into your profession. And how do you do that? And I always thought it was luck, and the truth of the matter is it's not. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of dedication, a lot of eating shit. And so I guess my whole point is that I wanted to, show you from the ground up with somebody who is literally just starting out within the last couple months what it really looks like to get something like this off the ground. The fun part is recording, being in front of the camera with you guys, recording the podcast, recording the videos, the Let's Plays, putting those up. Those are great, but that is such a small portion of what it actually takes that, but nobody wants to talk about the other 99%. Everybody just wants to go on Instagram and, flex and show that they're successful and, this and that, and really it's not reality. And so that's kind of the point of this. I'm going to get my coffee. We're going to sit down. I'm going to show you exactly what I do in the morning and, how we actually try to get things done behind the scenes. So this is basically what I do This is what I do basically on a daily basis. Wake up in the morning, get Max off to the sitter, get the kids off to school, that type of thing. Obviously the normal life responsibilities. But then I do this, where I'll get on Twitter and just try to reply to as many, and this is the unglamorous side. This is what I'm talking about. It's not fun necessarily, but get my name out there as much as possible. And so what I do is I will go to, the trending topics that are related to what I'm trying to do and reply to as many of them as I can. Get my name out there. If I can post 100 pieces of content a day, whether that's through the own content that I produce, whether, again, a YouTube video, an Instagram post, a Twitter post, or replying to people that are in the field just so my name keeps popping up. Like a bad habit, it just keeps coming up to the top. My name is just always there. I'm trying to create that connection with somebody. That's how eventually people will start refollowing you or following you back, replying back to you. You open a conversation, and that's how you get your name and brand awareness out there. And so this is the unglamorous side. So I try to do this as much as possible, where I'll literally sit down for a half an hour during the morning, maybe mid-morning, definitely in the evening while I'm sitting and watching TV. And before bed, and spend 20 to 30 minutes each go around and just reply, comment, and retweet everything that I can thoughtfully, not just mindless, but people are, again, hopefully thinking about me. Oh, this guy is actually pretty thoughtful in his responses. Let me go check his profile out. Maybe I'll give him a follow. And again, it's the unglamorous side. It's not fun. It's very tedious. Believe it or not, it's pretty difficult to be able to do that, but it's kind of like a necessary evil. The other side that I haven't quite gotten to yet is advertising. I do plan on doing that. I'm just waiting to kind of get the finances in order. So for those that don't know, this channel, it's Save Point Vids. You can find it at youtube.com/ Save Point Vids. We started this earlier this summer, back in late May, early June. It is now September the 6th of 2019. And so, yeah, we're just getting our feet wet. I'm just now feel like I'm starting to find a groove. We try to produce 3 pieces of content per week. We have the Save Point Vids podcast where we talk about just like gaming news and what we've been playing. I do it with my 2 brothers, Sean and Chase, my 2 younger brothers. We also produce the definitive top 10, where we kind of bring our personalized top 10 list about whatever it is that we want to talk about in video games, combine it into the definitive top 10. We've done top 10 shooters, top 10 RPGs, top 10 developers, so that type of thing. It's just kind of a fun, silly little thing. And the last one we do is actually a Let's Play, where we'll sit down, whether with or without commentary, and play hopefully the newest and the latest and greatest games. But those are our 3 pillar pieces of content. But out of those, we try to break it up into, like I said, smaller pieces of content, so we can 100, mini or micro pieces of content per day across the various platforms. Right now it's honestly just Instagram, mostly on Twitter, and then, of course, on YouTube. We're trying to expand out to Facebook, LinkedIn, and some other places. I'm just trying to figure out the best strategies to do that. But yeah, like I said, this is the not fun part. It gets tedious. It gets boring. But again, like I said before, it is a necessary evil. So what I do is I'll sit down here, and I'm in my kitchen/studio here. Got 3 notifications. It looks like some people replied and liked a couple of tweets that I put out. For example, this one, there was a popular streamer. He came out and he had another quoted heated gaming moment. It turns out he said some pretty awful, like, racist, bigoted shit. But I had responded that the old adage is that if he says it by accident, he uses it regularly when the cameras aren't on. Those type of things just don't slip out. So stuff like that. I just try to have thoughtful responses to whatever it is that is going on. Find me thoughtful. Again, brand awareness. They'll find me, and then hopefully by extension they'll find the YouTube channel. All right, we've got, it looks like 120 followers right now. I don't know if you can see that. So we've got 120 followers. We're at plus 58 for the last 28 days. Our watch time and our views are down, though, a significant amount, 64% and 66%. The reason being is that I put up a video about the PAX West Cullen's Last Stand controversy and how they got deplatformed there. That actually kind of blew up. It's our most successful video to date. I think 130 views, which, again, not a huge amount, but for us it is. Most of ours fall in that 5 to 10 range. But this one blew up, so that's kind of why I'm assuming that number is down quite a bit. But let's go to the videos and kind of see what is going on here. Again, I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, 2 views, 3 views, 4 views, 8 views, 1 view, 2 views. So, I mean, again, a little hit and miss. We're still, I've noticed that, I don't know if this is true for most YouTube channels, but ours is, we have about 120 subscribers. If we get about 7 to 10% view rate based on our subscriber number, that's pretty good. That's kind of what the metric is that I'm basing this off of, just from my own personal experience. But yeah, I mean, there's no comments on these videos. I replied to a couple yesterday, but that's what I do. It's not very glamorous. I wouldn't consider it fun, but it is necessary. You just got to get your name out there. These things I've noticed don't just happen. These people that create successful personal brands, 99% of them aren't lucky. They worked really hard behind the scenes, but nobody sees that. And so I just wanted to give you guys a glimpse into the good and the bad, the fun, the not so fun, and just let you guys in that if anybody is in the same boat as me, maybe they're just starting out, or maybe somebody's watching this and they want to do it, but they're waiting for the perfect moment, or the right time, or whatever it is. All the excuses that I made for myself before I actually pulled the trigger. There is no perfect time. There is no right moment. If you truly believe you're good at what you do and you've got great content, then now is always the perfect time. Now is always the best time. And so I just realized that, hey, if I don't do it now, it's never going to happen. I'm going to keep making excuses. And that's kind of, I'm kicking myself because I believe that if I had started literally years ago when I first had this idea, but I just, I'd probably be able to do this full time. But I kept making excuses. I kept telling myself that nobody would want to listen to me. Nobody would find what I had to say interesting. And maybe that ends up being true, but let the market decide that. Don't let your insecurities and your doubts and your fears decide that for you. Put it out there. And so you just got to put it out there and let the people decide. But yeah, again, I'm going to sit down and kind of start plugging away. I'm going to start replying to comments, start replying to other people's tweets, get my name out there. If I can knock out 15, 20, 25 here in the next, 30, 45 minutes or so, that'll be a good start to the day. And then at that point, I will just fly back to those, go from there. But yeah, guys, if you ended up liking this, let me know. Again, my whole point of doing this is just to bring you guys some value and give you a behind the scenes look at the grind that it takes to make this kind of stuff happen. Tweet at me at SavePointJosh. Leave a comment below. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Give it a thumbs up. That stuff is always appreciated, and it is so helpful if you guys do that. And most importantly, tell a friend. But yeah, until next time, I'll check you guys out later. Everybody stay safe.